Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Chami.
It's Jada.
And this is
Illest
Girls Next Door.
We at the movement.
No, you gotta repeat.
No, just keep going.
We are at the movement.
And we are
Interviewing
DJ Drewski. Woo. Drum roll.
Drewski.
Okay.
What up?
All right.
We here.
Let's get this show on the road. So we just want you to introduce yourself for the people that might not know you.
Don't know me?
Mhm.
What's up, man? It's DJ Drewski from Hot 97. You might have seen me on Love and Hip Hop New York. We are up here at the Movement Space. You know, it's my headquarters and the headquarters for a lot of indie artists to come up here. So we out here breaking new music. I'm actually from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and that's why the Movement Space is located here, because I wanted to bring it back home once I had the opportunity.
That's definitely
Yes,
lit,
Jersey in
man.
the building.
So
I'm
fact.
telling you, Jersey about to come up. All we gotta do is support each other and, like, you feel me? We can make a way for each other.
Do you feel like Jersey don't support each other?
Definitely.
They don't. They don't. It's just like, cause everybody wanna come up and stuff, and it's like, ain't nobody helping each other, ain't nobody supporting each other. They rather put money into people that's already out there.
Right.
You know, you gotta start at home first and build that up. Once you start building that up and everybody start coming together, we can all grow together.
That's a
You
fact.
know, like Chirac, you know how many Chirac artists is up right now?
Exactly.
How many real Jersey artists is out? The main ones is Albie Al and Fetty Wap and
Right.
Fat Boy. Like, that's really, like, known probably worldwide.
Right.
You know? So, but you got in Chicago, you got Dirty that's worldwide. You got Chief Keef,
All these
Herbo.
Atlanta rappers, too.
Like, and New York, too. New York got a lot of upcoming people. And then there's Jersey with a lot of talent. There's so many people
I
in
agree.
Jersey that have talent. They just underrated. Like, they underrated. We just gotta support each other. And then we all
Support
can
your
make it.
locals.
Yes. So before we get started, I just want to shout y'all out for doing this and giving Jersey artists and DJs and producers the opportunity to come on your show. And
Yeah, honestly, that's what it's about. Like, we trying to, you know, interview people that's on the chase for their dreams, tell somebody else that's not motivated. They don't know how to start. They don't know how to get their foot in the door.
Right.
Like, I tell my story how we got here every time. Like, it just started with me talking to somebody. They was like, yo, Jay, like, go invest in yourself, go buy a camera, and just start interviewing people. Like, you know a lot of people, so, you know, you gotta put your foot in that door and start making it happen. And then it just started happening, so I'm like, all right, like, we lit.
Right.
We
I never
lit.
would have pictured myself doing this because my major originally was criminal justice.
Right.
And I switched my major to broadcast and communications, and she brought me the idea. And then I found the studio, and that's how that came about. And then now we here.
now we here.
Now we here, you know, like, and it's really just to, like, inspire people, help people, you know, because, like, we all got that idea of what we want to do. We just don't know how to start
Exactly.
what we want to do.
Right.
It's like, where do I start? Like, I got all these ideas, like, for artists, like, I got all these drawings, but how do I get my drawing out there to the world? How do I put, how do I sell myself?
Networking,
You know?
all of that. What inspired you to be a DJ?
See, I was inspired first, I would think, by like a lifestyle, right? So my father, who just passed away like 4 days ago, right?
Oh,
He was one of
sorry
my
for your
inspirations. It's
loss.
okay, it's good. He's watching now, and he's saying, we're doing good right now. But my father, who was like in real estate doing property management, even though that was his job, he just made it look so good, and his energy and just the way he carried himself, and when he would step out, people would still look at him like confused about what he did and how he made it successful, right? And then I had like cousins that would come by the house, and they might have been like selling drugs, but they had that same energy. So when they stepped out, everyone knew they were there. They made a presence, and for some weird way, like when they would leave, everybody around would be happy, right? Like my mom would be happy if my pops gave her some bread or my cousin gave her some bread. So it was just an energy thing, and I'm like, wow, when I get older, I want that type of energy.
You want that same thing.
But I knew I didn't want to sell drugs, of course, and I knew I didn't want to do property management. Like that was like boring to me.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, I love music,
Okay.
and I love like being able to have control over people in a good way.
Yeah.
So I feel like as a DJ, when I'm in the club or if I'm DJing or if I'm on the radio, people are tuned in. And in the club, if I say put your hands up, they put their hands up. You know what I'm saying? So it's some sort of control that made me happy. So I'm like, I listen to the radio and I'm like, wow, there's people that DJ on the radio for a career. They made this into their living. And I'm like, if they can do it,
You can do it.
yeah, or at least I'm gonna try to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that motivation, like if they can do it, you already said I could do it better. But I said, let me at least attempt to get to that point. And I just went for it. Like there was nothing that ever made me say I'm gonna do something different. Like once I realized, okay, I love music. I love DJing because I was DJing like baby showers and small parties and stuff. I was like, nah, there's people that do this for a living and I want to try it for a living. And I just went for it. And it just, you know, it takes a while. People, you could be working for 8 years before somebody recognizes, but they think like it just happened overnight.
It just happened overnight.
But it's a lot of work.
You gotta hustle.
You gotta hustle hard. Like you gotta sell yourself. Selling yourself is like the gold mine.
Right.
You gotta put your ideas out there. You gotta put yourself out there and what you offering to the world.
Yeah, the artist is the brand, so you got to make sure you package yourself like you would a product.
Okay.
From, you know, if you see up here your boots, right? The boots are nice, the laces are nice, the box it came in was probably nice. So as an artist, you want to package yourself the same way.
Okay.
So I always try to make sure whatever I was selling, whether it was DJing or like, it's quality stuff.
That's facts.
Word.
That's facts. Now, question: growing up in Elizabeth, did you ever feel like you had less opportunities to become that DJ that you wanted to be?
Yeah, of course. I think everybody though feels that way at some point if they're not where they want to be at first. But then I realized I live in Elizabeth. I'm literally like 20 minutes from the most poppin' city in the world. Now I traveled around the world. In New York City, the train is right. You could look out that window and see the train. So once I realized that, I'm like, yo, I gotta jump on that train. I gotta get to the city and I gotta be around things that I want to do. So what I would do is like leave school, leave Elizabeth High School, jump on a train, and make it in time to go sit in the audience at 106 in Park, or sit in the audience of Sucker Free Countdown or TRL, just so I could learn like everything that's going on in entertainment from behind the scenes to the host that was hosting it. And that's really how I got my opportunity, because at one time, Cypher Sounds, who was a DJ on Hot 97, he was also a host for MTV like Music Countdown show. So after the show would air and they'd wrap up, shut the cameras off, I would run up to him like, yo, I'm a DJ and I know you a poppin' DJ. If you ever need help, let me know. And it took like 6 times telling him, like, I would remind him, I would go sit in the audience, wait till the show's over, and go up to him, yo, remember me? And then eventually I got a call like, hey, do you want to help? I'm like, yes, I want to help. I did it for free.
That's lit. Like, that's
but you gotta put in that time. You gotta put a plan together and figure out what you want to do. No one's gonna come to you with the opportunity, so you gotta go get it.
That's dead and fact.
So basically, Cypher took you under his wing.
Yes, and all I wanted to do was sit next to him and just learn how he did it. I didn't want him to give me nothing. I'm like, because if you give it to me, I'm still not gonna know how to maintain it. Yeah. And that's the hardest part. Once you get something, like maintaining it, whether it's a relationship with your boyfriend, girlfriend, yeah, you can bag her, but you gotta learn how to keep her, you know what I'm saying? So with the game, it's the same thing. Once you get it, you gotta maintain it. But Cypher's doing so well, and someone I looked up to and a mentor, I'm like, let me figure out how he maintains it so I can learn. And he would just put me, you know, just being around him, I was able to get certain opportunities, be in certain places, and just, you know, meet people, like you said, speak up. Sometimes I was like, oh, I don't know if it's my position to speak up or if it's my time, I'm still new. But then little by little, just speaking up and opportunities come.
Nah, that's that in fact. Like, just talking and networking, like, networking plays a huge part in gaining opportunities. Like, just talking to people, meeting the people, and you gotta put yourself with bosses.
Right.
Like, you surround yourself with bosses, that's how you're gonna learn the techniques to become a boss of yourself.
That's a fact.
You know, so that's like what we trying to do. Like, we trying to surround ourselves with good energy. Right. You know, everybody don't got their whole career together, but it's like, y'all following, y'all did. Like, you know, you comfortable at where you at, and you still striving for more.
Right.
That's the main point, you know?
And like-minded people, like, you guys, you know, share some of the same interests, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be around certain people that are like-minded, because there's people that don't understand. Like if I would have told some people in my family 10 years ago, yo, I want to be a DJ, they would just be like, oh, okay, cool. But now, you know what I'm saying, I could buy a crib, I could buy my mom a car, I could have a nice little office just off of that. So like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, but
that's the thing. That's the goal. Right. That's the goal.
Those people probably not gonna believe until you show them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta surround yourself with people that are doing it to you know, push yourself.
You said you grew up with, you grew up listening to Angie and Flex
Mhm.
on High 97. How did you get the opportunity,
To work with them?
Yes.
Yeah, still to today, like when I walk into High 97, it's still is like puzzling because we grew up listening to High 97 and those people now work with them. And you know, it was just putting in that work. And Cypher was working at High 97 at the time.
Okay.
And I would shoot all Cypher's videos, like shoot and edit his personal stuff. And
so you work with the camera as well too?
Yeah, I had to learn everything.
Oh, okay.
Basically like an intern.
Right, but I already knew I gotta know as much as I can because I gotta finesse my way in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many DJs that wanna be on Hot 97. That's like,
Heavy
that's which I'm a heavy hitter now too.
Yeah.
But I was shooting edit video for Cypher, and the people at the radio station, they start seeing these videos, and they're like, wow, who's doing your work? And Cypher's like, oh, my man Drewski. Then they came to me like, yo, you want to shoot and edit video for Hot 97? I'm like, of course, because now I just needed to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm on payroll at Hot 97, and I'm shooting and editing all the interviews. Angie would have a guest come up. I would go in, whether it was 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Diddy, I would go in, do my job, and try to have her the footage before she even left work that day, right? And so she was impressed, and she respected the fact that I didn't get starstruck, I didn't interrupt nothing, I was just in there, I did my job. She respected it, impressed. She needed a producer, then she came to me like, yo, Angie's asking would you produce a show? I'm like, 100%. Now I'm a step closer, now I'm in the studio, now I'm closer to the mic. At the same time, I'm still DJing outside, doing clubs and stuff, and building my name, building my brand in the street. Now I'm producing for Angie, and that's another gem. Like certain people you can just sit next to and you learn by just sitting there, like absorbing that energy. And Angie's one of those people that just have that type of energy and experience. And I just sat there, I listened, I learned, see how she, you know, talk to people, how she worked with different people, and she let me do that for like 4 or 5 years and build relationships. But it's just, you know, it took time, but it's just being in the right place, but making sure you're there. I made sure I'm like, I gotta be at Hot 97 to ever be on Hot 97. So that's how I started working with Angie and Flex. And
That's lit.
Yes.
Now, we know you was on Love and Hip Hop New York. You know we was gonna bring it up. But like, when you was on Love and Hip Hop, did you like stop your DJing career, or you?
No, of course not.
You still did DJing on the side.
Yeah. Well,
and did Love and Hip Hop like help you like put your name out there way more than a DJ?
Okay, so DJing for me comes first, no matter what.
Okay.
Because it got me here, it got me on Love and Hip Hop. So I never put it to the side. That's like what comes first. So with the TV opportunity, they came to me.
Oh.
You know, I was like, hey, this might be a good idea. I thought about it. I'm like, you know, we know the persona of the show. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be myself. And outside of like the cameras, I do wild out sometimes. I do some fun, crazy stuff.
Oh, we know.
That's a part of growing. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, let's do it. And I knew how big the platform is. That's a huge TV show, no matter what people think about it. And it definitely opened doors and created more opportunity as a DJ.
Okay.
You know, from DJing just in the tri-state to now DJing all over the world, that's a big difference. And everything goes up, you know what I'm saying?
Everything.
Yeah. So, including the price. So like, it definitely helped. But DJing is what got me there, so that always comes first. You know what I'm saying? I can't forget about that. As much as I grow and we do different things and, you know, label ideas and videos and production and TV, the DJing is what got me there, so we gotta still make sure that's intent.
Okay.
How do you spot a clout chaser that's trying to get next to you, looking for a come up?
That's pretty easy. Like I can figure that. It's the same thing. Like it's an energy. You feel it. You know what I'm saying? When it's not real, you can feel it. So you're already like, yo, hold up. But then you just gotta to catch them. You just gotta play their game. You know what I'm saying? Like flip it on them, see what they gonna, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they kind of like play. Yeah, you female, so you know how to do that good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's the energy.
I'll finesse your way through sometimes, you know, like.
But you know, and even like if a dude approached you, and you know it just don't feel right, you kind of
yeah, like they just trying to like.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Nah, take that negative energy somewhere else, you know, like. Nah, but have anybody like ever tried to use you to get on, like, you know, like people be trolling on Instagram and stuff.
Nah, artists always try to get my attention by trolling, but that's just the wrong way to do it. You know what I'm saying? For an artist and for me, I'm just speaking for me, your music comes first. So you can say what you want or try to clout chase or whatever it is, but the music comes first. So as much as you're doing all that talking, I want to hear your music. If the music is trash, I can't help you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So let me hear if the music is good, and I'll tell you it's good, but you still can't get my attention, then maybe doing that will help. But if the music is not good, like even cloud chasing or whatever, it's not gonna help. Your music is trash, and that's what it is.
That's a fact.
So what is the MVMT? That's the movement, right?
So it's abbreviated for the movement.
Okay.
MVMT.
And what is that about? And how you came up with that?
It's just like a collaboration of artists, different artists. So we wanted to create an atmosphere where artists could link with producers and link with, you know, just different type of people in the industry. So like we said, help one another, push one another, all like-minded people in one environment. So that's really what it was. In the beginning, when me and Cypher was working, we started creating records, like taking producers and putting artists on records. So we had one song with like Troy Ave, Chinks, R.I.P. Chinks, Mac Wiles, who else was on? Like, you know, just a bunch of artists working together, not just sending records and emails. Be like, yo, we all in New York, let's get together, let's start producing music, producing like art. So that's really what it was, is like just having an environment where it's all, you know, artists being a collective where we can help one another and push one another.
That's that fact. Like I feel like that's the main thing. That's what we need. That's what Jersey needs.
Yeah, that's what, you know.
We need to show each other love. Like showing love is a huge thing. Now, aside from DJing, what else do you like? What's some of the hobbies that you pursue?
I ain't really no hobbies. All I do is like work. So
the nightlife.
Yeah, like DJing, nightclub. Like even tonight, you know, I'm on the radio at 11 o'clock. And right after that, I gotta head to the club and DJ.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like it's non-stop, but because the work is fun, it doesn't feel like work.
Okay.
But I'd rather be working and making money and using that to build more and to provide for my family. You know what I'm saying? Why not? If I could do it, and you gotta do it now while you got
it. You're doing something you love.
A lot of artists, they get on and they feel like it's gonna last forever, so they start being arrogant, they get comfortable, they get cocky, and
I don't want to get too comfortable.
I've seen it where you have the hottest song in the world, but the next year, 365 days later, no one's talking about you. So, you know what I'm saying? Any opportunity you get, you gotta make sure you still be yourself.
Okay, and honestly, I don't really see no 80-year-old DJ. So like, what's your end goal?
Well, taking the movement and creating a label from it, you know what I'm saying, and just helping other artists and signing artists and doing, you know, marketing within the movement. But there's DJs that are probably like 50. So you
don't want to be in the club 50 years old, Jim?
Probably not in certain clubs, you know what I'm saying, certain events. But the great thing with the industry, like hip hop, it keeps you young. But I got so much more time before I even get there, so it's like I ain't even thinking about that. It's like what we doing today, you know what I'm saying? Like what's happening today, how we making a change, how we helping the culture today. So
Okay. So but in like 5 or 10 years you still see yourself DJing?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. As long as I could, until I stop getting booked. But I'm telling you,
you ain't never gonna stop getting booked.
Exactly, so that's what I'm saying.
You're never gonna stop getting booked.
I'm gonna go till I'm gone, like
Okay.
So I can't, you know. I'll be DJing old school parties. I'll be like 80 and all people. Y'all be in there. I'll be like 70.
Like, remember when we interviewed you?
We be too old. I'm like, I can't remember that. What's your name?
You recently went to Dominican Republic. I saw with all the DJs from Heavy Hitters.
Oh yeah.
How did that go? What did you get done down there?
Nah, already if you in DR, it's lit. So, and then you in DR with 50 of your friends, like, so it's gonna be a movie no matter what. But outside of the fun stuff, it's a great way to like take time to appreciate one another. Because a lot of times with artists, DJs, like you start in the way that just the game is, and you start hating on one another, right? So it's like, I'm better than you, or I get more money than you, or I'm hotter than you, or I'm whatever. So the fact that you can have some of the hottest DJs in the world, not just New York, in the world, get together and, you know, just vibe, and you feel like you got a family, you feel like you got support when it comes to like the music stuff, and we just learn from one another and exchange music and ideas. Maybe something, I have an idea that don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I have an idea that might work for my Latino DJ friend.
Okay.
I can't use it, but I'm gonna make sure he can, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a great way to, one, have fun and appreciate one another at the same time, instead of always hating on each other and, like you said, like, holding each other back. So yeah.
And what would you say like is your biggest pet peeve when DJing? Like just one thing that you just can't stand.
People who say, "Can you play this?"
Yeah, nah.
Maybe on the stage like, hey, like.
That's cool. I'm right, like regular people. That I don't mind. Like if you're in a club and you just want your favorite song, like let me know. Cause sometimes I'm be honest, there's songs that people tell me like, "Hey, can you play that?" I wasn't even thinking about.
Okay.
So you kind of helping me. So don't ever feel like with me it's a bother. But pet peeve is like an artist coming like, "Hey, can you play my song?" And I'm in the middle of the club, like in the middle of the set. It's like, one, I never even heard your song, right? So you want me to play something I never even heard. And two, like, I'm gonna be honest, maybe you and your 5 friends want to hear it. The rest of the club don't know it. So, like, come on. And if you want to get it played, play it early or like after, not in the middle of the club. And usually when I'm on, it's like prime time. So it's like, right now might not be the best time to play it. Like, I wanted to support you, but you should have sent it maybe the day before so I can hear it and see where it fits. Because now you're just throwing it on me. So it's like, that's one of my pet peeves. Like, yo, can you play my song? And they want to give me the flash drives. Like, I never heard the song, so why am I playing for other people?
Right, and then it's probably like the worst song, and that just be so bad.
And it's like me going to somebody's job. Like, for that hour, 2 hours, I'm at work. Like, that's my job. People don't look at it like that, but it's like, yo, I'm at work. You're gonna come and interrupt me and disturb me. I don't go to your job or go to your desk at work to start at, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just be considerate.
Well, obviously we know you're not single.
Right.
You're with Sky.
Right.
How does she deal with your nightlife?
I don't know how she did, but she does. But you know, part of it, I guess you could say, is love, right? And when I met her, I was already DJing, so she was already aware of
what she was getting herself into.
What she was getting herself into. But being smart, right, learning from my past, I was like, let me bring her into my world so she can, you know, see and understand what goes on. So I used to like tell her, come out, to the point where she's like, I don't even want to go out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she didn't want to go out. But yeah, it's just communicating, like understanding, and I still go through it. Like she'll see something or someone will post something or someone be sneaky and take a video.
Girls.
Yeah. It's always,
on top of it. You gotta be on top of it. Zoom in the picture.
Oh, yeah. She's searching hashtags, she's searching locations.
As she should.
I'm like, cool, I understand, but then it'd be people like purposely trying to be extra, like set it up, and like I could just be sitting here talking to you. We could be talking about this interview, right, in the club, like, oh, remember the interview we did? But they'll just send it like, oh,
because it look like you talking.
Like somebody want to take a picture, send it to her, like, look what you see.
They want to just start drama, so we go through that a lot, like, and sometimes I'm extra too, so. Like, she knows, like, we'll agree, like, yo, you gotta, like, chill out. Like, you being a little too extra, doing too much. And it's like, I get it, and then I respect it. But, yeah, I think she already knew what she was getting herself into, so it's not a big surprise there.
Now, the big question is, when are we gonna see a mini Drewski running around?
Because y'all was just talking about it on Instagram. I saw that video.
Yeah.
I'm not ready yet. So
yeah,
I'm
on her with this. When are you gonna know that you're ready? Like,
there's certain things that I'm not comfortable with yet. Like I feel like we need to get more money, or we need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to feel like I'm good. Like, that's not even my concern. Like, I don't want to feel like my expenses, my money, nothing is my concern, right? I want to be like, yo, we can do whatever we want. Money's not an issue. I've been around people. Like, today, we had lunch with people that's not even a concern. Like, they don't even talk about money. They don't talk about bills. Like, so I'm like, yo, when we get to a point where that's not even a concern, then we in a better space. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like, I don't, like, maybe if I DJ 6 days a week now, right, to make sure we getting money. If I could figure out something else where I could DJ 3 days a week, that's better because they make the same amount of money. Because I don't want to be coming home at 6 in the morning and then have a baby. I gotta wake up at 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a selfish thing, but it's reality too. It's like, bro, I'm not mentally ready to come home at 6 to feed a baby and all that. I'm tired. Like, we're gonna start fighting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, before we mess up the relationship, let's be smart.
Okay.
But you, again, you know,
I mean,
women are, she might.
Yeah.
I mean, you might take it another way, like.
Because when you guys posted the video, like, you didn't really say all that. You said.
What I say? I don't remember what I said.
You didn't say all that. You said that she wasn't ready, or whatever the deal was. It was something like that. You said you wasn't ready, and.
But at least I keep it 100, right? There's dudes that won't say nothing, like won't explain, and I think that's why communication is definitely key. Cause she's like, yo, I'm like, nah, I'm not ready yet. Like, we can talk about it. I can tell you, I'm not ready. Like, but if it happens, I'm prepared. I'm just not ready.
Okay.
All right. Well, I give you guys 2 to 3 years.
2 3 years.
2 to 3 years. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
right.
We're gonna be make sure you videotape the baby
shower.
Yeah, we'll do a live interview at the baby shower.
Yes, yes. We'll be welcoming the guys. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Drewski.
Make sure y'all make sure next time too. Look back on the moment and everything. But I was also looking on Instagram too. So did you sleep on the couch that night? It was the video with the girl, the chubby girl at the club. Did she make you sleep on the couch that night?
Nah, but she definitely gave me like the turn.
The turn to the side, like don't touch it on Instagram.
Yeah, she was, but she knows it's all fun. I was like, it's part of the job. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't got to do all that. But it's fun. It's fun. Like, everybody.
You're supposed to enjoy it.
Yeah, of course. Like, if I'm doing it, if I'm not enjoying it, then.
I mean, it's easy for us to say that.
Because you're not in it.
Because we're not in it, but I'm pretty sure if I was with somebody that was a DJ and I see a video, I would be crazy. I'd be so crazy.
As long as you don't get the number
and take it further.
Yeah.
That's what I told him. Like, it ain't go no further.
She's staying right at the club. You're never gonna see her again.
Right.
Alright.
And
once you get the number, now you're taking it too far.
Like, I'm not that stupid. Like, you think I'm gonna do something in front of a whole club?
And you're very well known too. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, people already like, oh shit, just like I'm gonna do that and think you're not gonna know. Like, of course, like you're gonna find out, or I even send it to her. I'm like, yo, look, somebody like posted it first. I'm like, I'm gonna post it myself because it's already out there. But I sent it like, and she just like, you know, get love, but she got over it. What up, baby? It's DJ Drewski, Hot 97, the movement, the heavy hitters, and you are rocking out with the illest girl next door. We've been chopping it up, but we're gonna get into some more stuff right now.
Okay.
So, do you think being a Caucasian now made it hard for you to break in?
Break into DJing?
Yes.
Yeah, not DJing, right? But I chose to play hip hop music, right? So people automatically assume, okay, hip hop goes back to African American culture, this and that, right? So I think for the people that didn't know me, it might have been like harder for them to digest at first, but I made sure I made certain moves in my career for those people that might have been confused, to let them know like, oh no, he's certified, you know what I'm saying? Just the relationships I have with certain people, or just being on a station like Hot 97, you kind of like in hip hop or as a DJ, it's kind of like certification, like, oh, you're official, right? And then saying, let me do television, not for the money, right? Because it's not about the money. It's so that people could get to know me, who I am, and not just judge me. But yes, of course, being a white DJ trying to play in a hip hop party with African American people is difficult because as soon as you walk in, they're like, let's see what you can do. Like,
yeah, let's see what you got.
Do you know what you're doing? So, in that aspect, yes, but because hip hop is so big now, right? I can go to the Wellmont Theater in Montclair and DJ for Playboy Cardi, and 80% of the audience is white kids. So now, like hip hop being so big, it don't matter as much. But in the beginning, yeah, if I'm gonna go into a club, especially in the hood, because I DJ anywhere, right? Because I can do that. So when you step in, for the people that don't know you, yeah, of course, the first thing they're gonna be like, nah, you don't know I'm music. So I took it not offensively, I took it as a challenge, and I said, oh, this is gonna be fun, because now I gotta prove myself. So in order to get accepted, I must have done good. So it's kind of like a reward once I get booked again, right? So if I go to a club and then they book me again, and I'm like, not only am I getting booked, but I'm getting booked at a big price. It's not like they, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, they fuck with me. So it's like, sort of like a reward to myself, like, okay, cool, I got them to accept me. But yeah, the answer is yes. At first it's hard, especially for those that don't know you. So you have to do a little extra, do a little more just to prove yourself, improve your brand. But at this point, thank God. That's good.
I don't know, like, first of all, growing up in Elizabeth, you're already surrounded by a whole bunch of, you know, like, black people, white
culture.
people,
Yeah,
you know, like, so just coming up, I feel like it shouldn't have been that hard. Like, you got a black, like, you got that, I feel like you give off, like, that black energy, like, you're just naturally accepted into the black culture.
And I would get that always, like, from a little kid, elementary school, high school, like, I used to have braids, cornrows, but it wasn't like if you don't know me, then you like, oh, like who? Like, it could look at me crazy, but I didn't realize that because none of my friends was like, I didn't have no white friends. Like all my friends were Spanish or black or whatever, and I'll be in the projects and playing. So it never like registered to me until I started getting older and like, oh, this is different. Like there's not that many white boys that do this. So it took a while before I even realized. Like it never occurred to me. We ain't in my house. That was never a discussion. Like we ain't talking about race or color. Like I got cousins that are darker than you. You know what I'm saying? Like blood cousins that are darker than you. So it's like we ain't really discussed none of that until I got older. And it's like, oh, so people do, you know, talk about this stuff. It does matter. Once I got on the road and I would DJ like for Mano, and now we in some random, you know, state, and it's like racist people. I was like, oh shit, like this shit is real. I thought it was just on TV and movies, like. So, and I always experienced it from like my friend's point of view because I would be with them. So if there was ever like I just thought it was normal like for people to talk to my friend and all of us a certain way because if we're in a group and I'm on the way, because they're not just like I still got in trouble whether we did something bad or not. So it's like it never occured to me to like as I got older I was like, oh, okay, there is people out there that's really racist. Like we wasn't like that in my house or in Elizabeth. Like it's not that. New York, it's not like that. But once you start stepping out, you start realizing like, oh yeah, this shit is real.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Now, question: do you think you're unique? Like, what's different about you? Like that you know nobody's gonna find it anywhere else. Like outside of DJing, with DJing, just you personally. What's unique about you?
What I feel is unique about me that I've realized just by people like telling me is that I can adapt to any situation, any environment. Okay. Like it don't matter. I've been to the bottom, like worse than where I came up from, like the trenches, and I'm good. Or I could go today. I was at Cipriani restaurant. And, like, I'm talking about the top of the top. The richest people was in there. So it's like, but I can adapt. And I was in there like this. In a sweatsuit, you know what I'm saying? Sitting with Cyndi Lauper, who's a rock star. Like, even though now I'm in relationships, but I still be sitting back like, I'm in the restaurant with a sweatsuit sitting with Cyndi Lauper and her family in Cipriani's, but also at the Chicken Shack, and I'm in the same outfit, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's unique in a way because some people could either do one or the other. And the fact that no matter where I go, any environment, I'm gonna still be myself, but I can adapt and get that same respect.
I feel like that's the best thing. Like we could just be comfortable, like wherever you at.
Yeah,
like,
but you gotta be comfortable with yourself before you can be comfortable anywhere else. A lot of people, especially artists and people in the industry, they put on like a front. They feel like they gotta be somebody they not. It's like, cool, you gotta have dreams and goals, and once you get there, if you want to change and be that person, that's cool. But in the beginning, just be yourself. Like, people gonna accept you or not, and that's it. And I think I always just been myself. Like, I never tried to do nothing that it wasn't me. And maybe that's what worked. I don't know. I just always just been myself, and I felt like that was the best way to be. And always had, like, in this type of industry, was still open to like helping people. Where people try to shit on you, I was open to like trying to help. Still to today, it's like I'm willing to help, whether you're a DJ, artist, whatever. If I have an opportunity that could work for you, I don't mind sharing that. So.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
That's a great way to look at it, because a lot of people forget like who put them on.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but it's, I don't know, it's maybe the way I was brought up and just my morals and, you know, what I was taught. But it's like, yo, if you see someone you can pull them up. Like, it's not gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? But people will get scared of that. They don't want nobody to be bigger than them, so they'd rather just keep you at a distance.
Well, we have one more final question.
Okay.
And the last question is, do you have any advice for us?
Just my advice to anyone that is coming up, and I still take my own advice because I don't feel like I made it yet. I still gotta work every day. So it's just learn from like your own experiences and learn from others. Like if you're an artist and you want to be where Drake is, you have to follow that formula. It's not hard. Like just where's Drake's music at, right? It's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify, it's on SoundCloud. So if your music is not in those same places, you can never be like Drake. You gotta have it in all those places plus more. You know what I'm saying? So certain things, if I wanna be a DJ, and I wanna be like Funk Flex, what does Funk Flex do? He's good in the clubs, he's great on the radio, he does events that has nothing to do with DJing, like car shows and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So if I wanna be Flex or better, I gotta do those things plus more. Like I can't, so it's like, you know, you got your own experience, but peep other people, successful people, and how they do and how they structure their business, and don't feel like, oh, I'm stealing it. No, that's the formula. Clearly, it works. Like, so don't be scared to like follow the people that you look up to.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, always aspire to be better than them, but there's a formula, like, and it's not that hard. People are like, well, what? How you competing? Like, if you're an artist, Meek Mill is your competition. Yeah, you listen to his music, you look up to him, but he's still your competition. On radio, there's only X amount of slots that songs could be played. In a store, there's only X amount of places you can put a CD. You know what I'm saying? On Spotify, there's only X amount of places you can get your song in a playlist. So yeah, you listen to him, but you need to, it's like parking spaces. You need to get your car in the space. So follow that formula to get to at least that level before you can even bypass them. But people be trying to go around and do their own thing and come create their own clout chasing. It's like, yeah, that might work, but you gotta still be yourself. But there's a formula to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's easy.
Well, thank you for having us.
Of course.
We just want to say, like, this was an amazing experience. Like, let's just say that because we still upcoming. We just started this and everything, and we really just trying to like put Jersey on. Like, that's just the main factor, you know. Like, and then yeah, we're gonna branch out and stuff, but like we trying to start from home. Like Jersey has a lot of talent. I just feel like it should be heard, and hopefully with our podcast that can help.
It's gonna help.
Yeah, that you guys speaking into existence. You guys speaking into existence. But we just want to say thank you for giving us this opportunity to interview you, and hopefully somebody else that's watching that want to be a DJ could listen to your story, like how you made it and how you came about, and that can help them and inspire them to, you know, start working towards their dream.
And thank you for putting this type of platform together for people to not only share their experiences, but for other people to learn from that too. So if I can do it,
you can do it. Believe in yourself.
And I'm Jada.
I'm Chami.
And this is Illest Girls Next Door.
This was a great interview. We just want to thank Drewski.
It was definitely a success. So make sure y'all watch it, tune in, subscribe, and support us. And we're gonna support y'all.